County High School star and the third guard. They're going to miss him tonight, Dick.
Absolutely. I was on the ESPN a little bit earlier today with Tom Izzo, and Tom Izzo made a great point. Plays 18 to 20 minutes with their tenacious defense. It wears down guys like Siva and Smith, and he would rotate in there. I think the one thing that might help them, though, the length of the TV timeouts in the Final Four to give a little rest to Siva and also to Smith.
And Siva and Smith don't want to get in foul trouble for
Absolutely.
sure. The officials tonight, Carl Hess, Terry Weimer, and the man who's got the basketball in his hands is Les Jones. 12 combined Final Fours for the guys in stripes, and in front of the largest crowd ever to watch basketball in the state of Georgia. Semifinal, game one. Louisville, Wichita State. We're set to go from the Georgia Dome.
345 teams, Brad, throughout basketball in October. 341 are watching on TV and packed their bags. We're down to 4, baby. 4.
Hall and Jang, the jump center. Here we go. And it's going to be Wichita State with their hands on it for the first time.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. They really want to control the tempo of the game. I spoke to Greg Marshall before, said very similar to when they played VCU with their pressure defense. Score was 53-51. They won by a deuce.
Around the Louisville perimeter defensively is Baker with 11 on the shot clock.
Little matchup zone right now by Louisville. Playing that matchup. They play multiple defenses.
Hall powers it on the inside. Second chance. In and out for Takeo Cotton. And Louisville trying to save it. Will give the Shockers another chance. Well, he's just going to take the shot. He couldn't find anybody to pass it to. And Clay Anthony Early says, I'll knock it down myself.
He's a very versatile player. We featured him on the top of the show. He's been outstanding throughout the tournament. He's a junior college superstar.
Lob on the baseline. A little too strong, and Louisville turns it over.
Louisville trying to go inside, take advantage of the size on the interior. You got to know this Wichita State team, Brad. No shock whatsoever. They were 15-1, and they were number 15 in America in January. They're a legitimate, solid basketball team.
The weird thing is they lost their last 2 regular season games, so a little bit of a bump in the road, but now the road has led them to Atlanta.
Had a big one over the number 1 team in America, Gonzaga.
Early now on the inside. We'll have to give it back up. Cotton let his man run by. Jumper on the outside. Off the mark. Battle for the rebound won by Louisville. And now Smith in transition. Back-to-back turnovers for the Cardinals.
He can be out of control, but he's so sensational when he's playing well and attacking the rim.
Here's a 3. Taken out by Bohannon.
They want to run, baby. They want to run.
Smith might have gotten away with a walk.
He did get away with a walk. They might have thought this was the NBA instead of college. He got away with a little traveling music.
Here's a look. Hop, skip, jump, travel.
Definitely travel, no question.
That looked like a triple jump in the Olympics.
He's a scorer. Talked about it, 26 points a game. Came out of New York City. He was not a big-time recruit.
Loves to run 41 of his 72 points in the tournament in transition so far, but he is an 82% free throw shooter and misses the front end.
There's Greg Marshall. What a job he has done at Wichita State. Team understands what a good shot is, and they defend so well. They really, their motto is play angry on a defensive end.
And top 5 scores gone from last year, and they still put a school record win together. Dick mentioned 15-1 to start, and this is their first Final Four since the mid-60s. Loose ball on Wichita State's end, and out of bounds to Louisville.
Louisville went to a little trap. They trap so effectively. You got to get the ball away from the trap.
Dick, I want to go back to those free throws that Smith missed. He's an 82% free throw shooter. Missed both of them badly. A lot of people have said when you get in a dome this big, it's hard to find the basket sometimes.
The depth perception takes a little while for kids to get involved, to understand that.
Outside 3 by Siva. And the rebound taken down by Cotton.
Very balanced team. You look at Wichita State, you can't just isolate and stay on one guy. A number of guys can hurt you. From Armstead to Cotton, certainly to Early.
Outside 3 goes for Early. We mentioned, and Dick talked about it early. No pun intended. He can move inside or outside, and it's 5-0 Cle Anthony early.
Well, getting an early lead is a key for a team like Wichita State, because now that plays into their theory, let's control tempo of the game.
We mentioned school record and wins likewise for Louisville. They've tied the school record with 33 wins. They're the only team in the Final Four that won their conference tournament title, and their second straight Final Four appearance.
And to win that, they had to beat Syracuse, and in the second half of that game in the Big East tournament, 56-29 over that Syracuse zone.
And remember Syracuse and Michigan in game 2 tonight. And again, what could have been a walk by Smith, the blocking foul on the inside.
Okay, Smith really attacks. He's a constant attacker to the goal. Played at Archbishop Malloy for one of the great coaches of all time, who recently passed away, Jack Curran.
Dick, I think if you'd have told Greg Marshall that the #1 seed would not have a point in the first 3 minutes, he'd take it any day.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of coaches would take it.
Let's see if Smith can change that. He's missed 3 straight free throws.
He's got the hat trick.
He made 215 free throws this year, which was a school record by far, held since Wes Unseld days, and he's 0 for 3 from the stripe. He's 0 for 4 for the stripe.
I think a lot of tension right now. Early in the game, kids feel a little tense. See, right now, they're really playing a pace of the game that they want, Wichita State. Control the tempo, use some of that shot clock, shorten the game against a team that's talented like Louisville.
Armstead on the outside, again, working around the perimeter.
They play that active matchup zone.
We'll see a lot of zone, all zone from Syracuse in game 2 tonight. Here's Baker open for 3. Got it.
What a great start for the Shockers, man. They're shocking a lot of people right now in the Bluegrass country.
8-0 Wichita State.
Got a touchdown lead, man.
And a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
This 3 short as well. Rebound off to Hall.
Getting one shot. Hall, a good rebounder to the inside. Played a lot of minutes last year. You said earlier, man, amazing. They lost their 5 top scorers.
Tell you what, if they got a double-digit lead by the first TV timeout, there's going to be a stunned group in the Georgia Dome and those that are watching around the country and worldwide. Foul on Blackshear. But it's all Wichita State so far. Ron Baker with that 3. 8-zip shot.
I mean, this kid is versatile. He's recruited by Georgetown, San Diego State, Baylor, St. John's.
First team all Missouri Valley Conference. Leading scorer at about 14 a game. And in the opening 4 minutes, all Wichita State so far.
Such an underrated conference. Really solid basketball. Creighton, outstanding basketball team. Kid McDermott was super.
The first Missouri Valley Conference team to be in the Final Four since Larry Bird days. Armstead on the drive, and Jang with a rebound. Louisville's first 6 trips. They're 0 for 2, 2 turnovers, and 4 missed free throws. Not too good a start.
0 for 4 on the free throw line. We're talking about an 82% free throw shooter. They got to get that goal. See, if they don't score, they can't get to their full court traps.
Here's Siva. They're 0 for 3 from the floor. All 3-pointers so far.
See, missing shots really takes away their defensive weapon, that full court trapping press.
Yeah, they're going to try that full court pressure. As Baker will get it in, they try to trap, but Baker will get it across the timeline.
A lot of poise. You can see they're not intimidated at all. They've heard about Louisville being the best of the best. These kids believe.
Early threw it away. And here's Smith now in transition on the run again. This time he'll finally score.
That's when he's at his best. Transition, run, baby, run. Now here comes the full court traps. Here comes full court pressure. They went against Duke. 8 minutes, held Duke without a basket, and went on a 20-4 spurt. Broke the game wide open.
Hancock in for Louisville right now, guarding Baker. And Baker got free as Hancock gave him an open look. Jang will clear off the miss.
Seaver, great ball handler. He's out of the Seattle, Washington area. It's great handle.
Took Louisville 5 minutes and 7 seconds to get on the board by this guy, Smith. Hancock a 3. Got it.
He's capable of doing that. Transferring out of George Mason. I think they're going to go inside a little bit to Jang. They're trying to shoot shots.
That's all they've done so far, but they're right back in it with 5 straight points.
Doesn't shock you. Too good a basketball team. And you're going to watch them. See, now going to trap. And there it is. Forced the turnover.
Here's what got him going in transition. First mishandled ball. Smith on the run.
He's so quick to the goal. He really explodes to the basket. Run, baby, run is their motto.
He had 23 in the win over Duke to lead the Cardinals to where they are tonight.
You know, Louisville's trailed in the tournament to Duke. They trailed to Colorado State. Big East tournament, they trailed big time to Syracuse. Derek Levitt's going to scrap back, reflect their coach, Hall of Famer, guy who motivates, inspires.
All season long, they've scored more points in the second half than the first, so they are capable of coming back from just about anything, including that Syracuse game. Whistle before the shot, and the foul's going to be on Armstead.
Armstead played at Oregon, transferred, sat out a year, averaged 8 points a game when he played at Oregon.
Foul was not on Armstead. I take that back.
They're going to go to Jang inside. Get him some touches inside. Get the ball to Jang.
Foul was on Arupe. Here's Hancock trying to get rid of it. Gets it to Smith.
Arupe gives him a big guy inside, some size.
Smith, extra pass, a good one underneath on the baseline. And scoring for Harrell.
Harrell's a real athlete. Originally committed to Virginia Tech. And then last second decided to transfer. There's that. When they score, man, they go into a ferocious trap. They have such great pride in that defense.
They're having a little trouble with it right here. Still in the backcourt and trying to get away from Smith.
It's tough to get by those guys. They recover so well.
And
Force another turnover.
Yep. Van Fleet moved his feet.
Throwing the ball inside. There's the catch by Harrell, the conversion.
So after an 8-0 start, 7 straight for the Cardinals.
They had 21 turnovers, Wichita State against Gonzaga. Now they got away that game and won it because they made 14 threes.
Tonight they've got a couple in the opening 7 minutes. Here's Siva faking a three. And then on the drive in traffic, drew the foul.
They get to the free throw line because they're always attacking. They're in an attack mode. They catch the ball, triple threat position. They can pass, they can shoot, or they can drive.
Arupe, that's his second foul. That's not going to help the cause if he gets in foul trouble. Just trying to give him some time off the bench.
Got 5 fouls to 1 already.
Now here's a guy that can shoot free throws. We said that about Smith. He's even better, though. 86% for Siva.
That's really a great asset to a team when you have 2 guys in the backcourt late in the game who can make free throws at a rate of better than 80%.
You and I said to each other during the timeout when it was 8-0, I don't think it's a problem. Louisville might score 16 straight points here at some point. Well, they've scored 8, and they haven't led. They might after this free throw.
Well, they're a great spurt team. You got to try to eliminate spurts when you play Louisville. You can't let them go on that spurt.
And that is the first lead. Kevin Ware says that's the way to do it, fellas. 9 straight points for the Cardinals, and they're up by 1.
Kevin Ware was such a vital part of their pressure with his athleticism.
Long, nobody home on the back end.
Nobody back. Oh!
That was Wiggins who broke down to the other end. And Wichita State back by 1.
You're going to hear a lot about that name, Wiggins. Their brother is the #1 player in the United States high school.
Siva going to take the jumper on the outside. And underneath, an easy one for Harrell. He found some garbage rebound and puts Louisville back in front.
See, that's a big asset. Could be a difference maker on the inside. Size of Harrell, Chang.
Now it's just Siva with one-man pressure against Van Fleet.
They're going to double up. Got to rotate that ball away from that double team.
Baseline jumper off the mark, and the rebound off to Harrell.
Uncle Mo, baby. Momentum is on the side of Louisville right now.
Siva, that should have been an up and down or a tie-up, and it is. Carl Hess quickly blows his whistle. It will stay on that end for Louisville. So that's one way to break the pressure. Nobody home. Take it the length of the court and score it. 1-point game.
ESPN lift off that bench. Rick has a deep basketball team. Obviously, he was a lot deeper when he had Ware.
And look at the defense on the Cards trying to get the ball inbound. The officials are going to say, guys, you got to give him a little bit of room here.
Yeah, Terry Wyman said, man, give him a little breathing room. Give him a little breathing room.
Luke Hancock will inbound. Now that pack breaks up a little bit. Right off the inbound as Smith misses a three. And last touch by Hancock.
See, they'll take a chance letting them shoot those threes, Siva and Smith, rather than allow them to go to the rack, because they really create problems when they really drive to the basket. As Louisville, that full guard pressure. They don't foul much either. When you look right now, they haven't shot a free throw yet, Wichita State.
Right. Demetric Williams trying to take it all the way, and Smith was shouldering him in the lane and picks up the foul.
That must have jinxed him. Now he's going to the free throw line.
So we'll have it on
the bonus.
Yep.
Not in the bonus yet.
They'll have it on the baseline. Again, Van Fleet in there, the freshman out of Rockford, Illinois, playing the points. And in this case, getting it inbound to early. Missed the baseline jumper, and Hancock and Baker got tangled up, and Hancock's going to be called for a foul.
That was a good call. Les Jones made a good call. No way. Hancock can act all he wants. No way in the world can he get away with what he did. I mean, absolutely. From the other side. Are you serious? Threw him right to the deck. And then you look at the ref and say, me? I did that? No, I'm pleading. I was pleading. What am I doing? What am I doing?
A little bit of a clothesline there.
Oh, wow. Get ready for Hollywood, man. There'll be a Brad Pitt and go down to Hollywood.
11:31 remaining, first half of semifinal number 1, and Louisville by 1. Again, a fresh shot clock after the foul. Van Fleet to inbound for Greg Marshall. Having trouble, in fact. Got it into Baker. Baker will try a triple. This one in and out. Early had his hands on it. Got bumped away from the ball by his own guy, Carl Hall.
Baker got a good look right there. He's capable of putting points on the board. I remember that game against Gonzaga. They got a little bit on the ropes. He made 8 points in about 2 minutes and gave them a great lift.
Dick, the Shockers trying to give the Cardinals a taste of their own medicine here, but didn't help.
Too quick. Too many good handlers on the perimeter. Steven Smith played with such confidence. They got that swag. Think of your swag, man. Yeah. They strut around with that swag.
I saw you come into the hotel with your entourage a couple days ago. Here's Siva outside, tipped in by Harrell, the guy Dick was just talking about. He just went airborne over everybody, and he's got 6 to lead the scores for Louisville.
He's a good athlete. He has given him a big-time lift. You just said 3 big buckets on the inside. They're really struggling shooting the 3.
Smith, Van Fleet got away. Not away with that pass, and it was Harrell who might have gone the distance had he been able to hold on to it.
That would have been Jam City, man. He's stepping that passing lane. I watch you right now. Nobody blocks out. Well, that was a tremendous tip.
Little finger roll.
Yeah, tremendous tip.
So Louisville's got its biggest advantage, up by 3 after being down 8-0 in the opening minutes. Took them until the 14:53 mark to even get on the board.
Now they're back into a little matchup. The communication. Henderson getting some minutes, some playing time. So they average about 3 minutes a game. They're trying to get a little rest for their people.
Wichita State's only got 2 points in the last 6 minutes now. Baker will try the same spot. This time it's good. He's 2 out of 3 from the very same spot on the floor.
You know, he only played about 17 games. He missed a lot of action. Had a lot of injuries. A very capable perimeter shooter.
Out of Scott City, Kansas, and he's tied it at 13.
They need the 3, Brad. Without the 3, they don't have a shot. And that was that big lift against Gonzaga. And they're not normally a really good 3-point shooting team.
And Carl Hess with a whistle and a foul call.
There's Baker right now, squaring his body, number 31. Great rotation, nothing but nylon. They made 5 big threes against Ohio State. Didn't make a lot of them, but they made 5 big threes. One by the kid Cotton, who's from here in Georgia. Score got down to 62-59. Ohio State made a run, and that was a dagger, man. He drilled the 3. That was such big time.
Shockers trying to regain the lead now.
And they are with tempo. They want to keep the game, shorten that clock, shorten the game.
As we're past the midway point of the first half. Armstead on the drive. Got everybody in the air. The left-hander's short. Baker tried to tip it in. They got 3 tip chances and none of them dropped.
So far, Louisville's done a great job on Armstead. They have really controlled him.
Hancock will try a triple on the other end. Battle for the rebound in the corner. Hancock got it back.
He's not afraid to shoot, man. I'll tell you one thing. I had him against Notre Dame in a 5 overtime game, and he is not bashful.
Try to wrap around pass inside, and it's stolen away by Carl Hall.
A little bit out of control. You're going to expect that, Joe. A guard like Smith, that's one of his great assets. You got to just let him play. Armstead 0 for 3 thus far. They need him to put some points. They need some production out of Armstead.
11-point per game score. He'll try it from the outside. Too strong on the 3, and Jang will clear the glass.
So far, they've done a great job containing Jang inside. Has not had many touches down on the interior.
Both these teams so strong defensively, and it's showing right now at the 8.5-minute mark. Only 26 points on the board combined.
Great point, Boyd. Now, that's been their strength, both clubs. Defensive pressure when you look at Louisville, and good half-court defense by Wichita State.
Again, Smith can't find the range from the outside. He couldn't find it from the free throw line. Missed that jumper.
You always see a struggle for every possession to try and get a score.
It was a great move by Early, but he airballed it to the other side. And that ball never touched the rim, so the clock down under 20. Baker missed a bank shot.
Did a tremendous job of reversing the basketball, made the extra pass. Jang so far 0 points. I thought he was going to be a big scorer on the inside, but they couldn't match up on him because he has become offensive efficient.
Well, he'll try it from the outside. And all Shockers underneath to get the rebound.
Louisville's becoming really a jump shooting team here. They're not really going to the basket, getting down in the low box inside.
Wichita State shooting 26%. Louisville only shooting 36% so far.
Shoot 26%, you're tied with a team of the stature of Louisville.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Armstead double teamed on the baseline. He'll have to bring it back on top. Again, 8 on the shot clock.
Multiple defenses. Louisville plays some man-to-man, some matchup, full court pressure.
And a blocking foul before the shot. So far, the Hall of Famer, Rick Pitino, a little frustrated with his club with only 13 points. Greg Marshall.
He wants them to hold their poise. And if you're right now, Greg Marshall, this is the kind of tempo timing you want for the game. The pace is exactly what they would like.
Louisville averaging 80 points in the 4 games in the tournament. They're going to have to go a long ways to get 80 tonight, the way things are rolling right now.
You know, Brad, I think one of the points of mine is such a tough time scoring. So much physicality. Guys get beat.
Right.
I think there's some of the refs have to have a seminar and really blow the whistle a little more, get a little more fluidness to the game.
Great point. Wraparound pass is a beauty.
Terrific play. Great execution. 2-man play. Tremendous look, penetration.
So chalk that one up to Van Fleet with a wraparound pass to Arupe.
That Diaper Dandy's done really a solid job giving him some quality minutes throughout the tournament. Arupe's a guy, they want to get 5 fouls out of him inside. Big physical kind of player.
Smith's going to try 3. He just can't find the basket. That was not even close.
They'll let them shoot the 3s. They'll take a gamble and chance on that.
That was not only an air ball, that was an off-the-mark air ball.
That perception might be bothering the depth perception. 0 for 4 on the free throw line. The guy's an 82% shooter.
6 to play in the half, and the Shockers by 2.
They did is, we had Shaka Smart on our show today from VCU. And Shaka Smart said the same thing. His club is as a ferocious trapping team, and they made the game a 50-point game. And they end up winning Wichita State 53-51.
Seba chased all the way around the perimeter, tries to bring it back outside and throws it away.
They got numbers. They got
numbers. 3 on 1, and they got a slam.
They got numbers. They got the jam, baby. Up, and away. Up, and away. Mr. Early.
Rick Pitino's seen enough.
T.O., baby. You got a little T.O. Timeout.
The Shockers turn a 13-13 tie into a 4-point lead, courtesy of, as Dick said, 4 on 1, and Early with a slam.
Duo on the perimeter. When you look at Seaver and Smith, everybody raves about them. They're 1 for 8 right now.
And no basket. Smith bumped by the other number 2, Armstead, before the ball went in. So he's going back to the free throw line. You got to wonder if he's got the yips a little bit here.
Yeah, Brad's referring to the fact if he just joined us. He's 0 for 4 right now.
Oh, actually, not a shooting foul.
Not a bonus set. Not in a bonus.
He's probably happy it's not a shooting foul right now. Give him a fresh shot clock instead and let him pass it in.
Well, you know, both guys, I said earlier, 1 for 8. That's one of the strengths of their club, their perimeter play. Because then it opens up passing lanes inside.
That might help him, Dick. A three-pointer on the inbound.
He'll just keep shooting. I tell you, he's a big-time scorer. He's a scorer. He's not a great shooter. He is a flat-out scorer. 26 a game in tournament action.
And 19 a game in the regular season. Or over the course of the season, I should say.
Tough to get by them defensively. They stay in front of you, stay between the man and the basket. Something you teach. There's the ball screen.
Three-pointer by Van Fleet's too strong with Armstead with the long rebound.
Armstead 0 for 4. He's got to get going. They need some points out of him.
Louisville's about a 60-40 split between man-to-man and zone.
Yep.
Here's the 3 again. Trying to get off the schneid as Armstead, as Dick said, they need his scoring, and they don't have it yet. And now on the lob, the ball out of bounds off the hands of Blackshear.
They like to run, baby, run. Blackshear was trying to get that little jab, throw it up on top. There's the diagonal pass. They want to catch that baby and slam it. Can't hold on to it.
Pass was pretty good.
They give you a little momentum. See, they would have got the crowd going.
Just off his fingertips and out of bounds.
You know, many people feel that Louisville was going to win this game. And I even thought, well, Louisville people felt, hey, we're too strong. But I'm going to tell you, don't count these kids out. They are so tough. There's a release against the pressure.
Early go one-on-one against Wiggins. And he's fouled, trying to get the pass out. So that's the second time we've had a long pass down court that Wichita State's gotten away with. Once they scored on and once they drew a foul.
Well, they're releasing against the pressure, trying to utilize the long pass, get the ball away from the traps on the initial pass.
That's a second foul on Montrezl Harrell, and he might be coming out because he's been their key coming off the bench. He's actually their leading scorer, and he'll sit with 6.
Now I was telling somebody today, being interviewed, the beauty of college basketball is the fact it is not a situation 4 out of 7 like in the NBA. One bad night, the party's over.
One and done.
You can beat a great team on a given night, especially with the three-point shot that's revolutionized the game.
That's the equalizer. You did an interview today? I imagine you did about 80 interviews today. High up off the window still. No scoring for Armstead. But now Wichita State's going to be in a 1-and-1. And that's 2 fouls on Blackshear. And that will sit him as well.
Blackshear, good athlete, had a lot of injuries early in his career.
See the guys actually go down to the bench. The floor here at the Georgia Dome is elevated about 3 feet. The last time they had the Final Four here in Atlanta, they did not have the floor configured in the same direction as they do this time. And this time it's set up more like a Falcons game. But there's actually more people in here tonight than there is for NFL football with the temporary seating. It is a packed house, and it's the most people Dick and I have ever done a game in front of, although we've done some big ones at Carrier Domes and places like that.
Popularity of the college game since 1979 when it was Bird and Magic. The game has just exploded its popularity.
Smith, that 3 goes as well. Back-to-back triples for the junior from Brooklyn, and now he's warming up. He's forgotten about the missed free throws. Louisville back in front by 1.
When it's all said and done, he'll have his 20-plus in the book. He's just a scorer, man. He's a scorer. Great defense right there by Stevens. He doesn't allow you to make the turn. Drive him, beat him, turn him. Beat that guy to a spot.
Nice pass inside on the break. And it was Cotton, his first score. A Marietta, Georgia native.
One of the lost arts of basketball. Movement without the ball. Great cut to the goal. Marietta, that's right near your home.
That's 20 miles up the road right here from the Georgia Dome. So for Takale Cotton, his first score in his hometown.
Probably got a lot of people here in the house.
I'm sure he does. Smith lost the ball out of bounds. That's the 7th Louisville turnover.
You have to accept that with Smith. You have to accept the fact that times he will be out of control.
A little over 3 minutes. Not out of control with this three-pointer, though. Knocked down back-to-back threes. Still, it's heavy artillery, including Ohio State, to get here. And they're leading #1 seed Louisville by 1. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the half.
I think one of the keys, have done a great job inside, keeping the ball away from Jang and keeping it away from Buchanan. They're 0 for 1. They've taken one shot. They average 20 points a game between them. Two big guys on the inside are being negated.
Baker being hounded by Hancock, trying to get it into the front court.
Wichita's balanced the last 6 baskets. 6 different people have scored.
Feed inside is deflected out of bounds by Jang. I mentioned Louisville. They average 35 of those deflections per ball game. That's why they force so many turnovers. They chart 4 tonight so far.
They chart deflections because that's a sign of playing aggressive basketball. Nice
Jang
move.
tried to block that shot, and it had just enough power on it by Carl Hall to go in.
Hall, very explosive athlete, veteran player.
Another Georgia native, in fact, from Cochran, which is about 120 miles from here. Hancock got his man up in the air and drew the foul.
Yeah, used a little ball fake for you kids out there. Use that ball fake. Tell you, Wichita State's done a great job of not allowing Louisville to get in transition for some slam dunks to get momentum and get the crowd all pumped up, all the Louisville fans.
The foul was on Baker. They might change that. I don't know if it was Baker or Armstead, actually. Carl Hess is coming over. Talk to Rick Pitino.
He's not inviting him to dinner, I'll tell you that. He's not inviting him to dinner. Take a look right here.
You're talking about.
Yeah, it's that big inside players. Talking about size. Many people thought that would be the difference, their size on the interior.
Right now, Rick Pitino went out on the floor, like basically giving a free timeout. I think the conversation is whether or not it's going to be 2 free throws or 3, because that ball fake was out by the arc.
Right, from our angle we can't see it, but you're right, partner. What they're trying to determine, was he behind the line, and was it a 3-point attempt? Buchanan's got to get going on the inside.
Here's another look. Going to see the ball fake by Hancock, and then Baker with the foul.
He's behind the line.
So he's going to get 3 here.
Good bit of officiating to make sure you get it right.
Hancock not having any trouble with the depth perception. He's a 78% foul shooter, and knocks down the first one.
Played for Jimmy Larinaga, George Mason. They had that miracle run when they went to the Final Four.
Don't often get a chance to do that with 2 teams.
Absolutely. Hey, think about this, though. 30 years ago, there was a shock in college basketball. North Carolina State and Jimmy V shocked the world, being Phi Slamma Jamma in Houston. Then Wichita State shocked a lot of people and beat Louisville.
We're back to tie ball game for the 3rd time.
See, here's the problem for Wichita State right there. See, the inbounds after a score, you got to hope you don't make them score. Once that ball goes to the basket, they get into an incredible, ferocious defensive pressure.
The biggest play has been throwing it 70 feet down court and hoping somebody beats Louisville back.
But these kids love playing that pressure defense, Louisville. They believe it. And the one thing Rick Pitino does a masterful job, they vary the pressure so you never can get into a rhythm and a flow offensively.
Just like there, in this case, they back everybody else off except Smith. They're just a little bit of 3/4 court one-man pressure. Yeah, they approach 2 minutes, tied at 22.
They don't give you that similar pattern defensively where you can get into a rhythm.
Armstead draws a double team and has to bring it way back on top. 5 on the shot clock. Going to have to hustle to get his shot away. And just throwing it up there, and a late whistle as Jang fouls Carl Hall.
He got fouled, did a great job, Hall. Protecting the ball, using his body to get the contact. There he is down the low post. See the little fake? Good shoulder fake, ball fake. I'm going to take another look. There he's in the low post, gets in the 3-second area.
Got Jang up in the air, and now I'll go to the free throw line. He's 1 out of 2 from the stripe so far tonight.
So many times games like this come down to converting on that free throw line.
And that one rolls around and in for Carl Hall. Another one, as I mentioned, of the Georgia natives. Looks a little different. Just cut his dreadlocks right before the tourney started. So
I wish I could cut my dreadlocks. I got no locks to cut.
Good luck with that. We'll get you a razor. He got them both. And with those 2 free throws, a 2-point lead. So what is going to be a low-scoring half, regardless of what happens in the next 2 minutes. It ain't pretty, but it's close.
But just remember this, Rick Pitino's club all year. Adjustments at halftime. They have come out on this like a storm in the second half.
Siva kicks it out. Smith open for three, and now three straight by number 2.
He's feeling it now. He's one of those guys, very streaky shooter, but when he gets into that zone, he can put a lot of points on the board.
The streak right now is the last 3 3-pointers for Russ Smith, and it's Louisville back by 1.
Gives you momentum, man. That 3 is so big, and they're so active in their matchup zone. See, matchup zone, we talk about playing a man in the area of the floor.
Early, a fadeaway jumper and a whistle on the inside. Foul's going to be on Smith. That's his second. But Smith in a groove on the other end, just waiting on the pass from Siva, and follows through and buries it.
Those two guys make money, man. They play so well together. Siva and Smith has squared. Put a lot of points on the board between them.
Smith, the leading scorer on the floor right now with 11. Here's a guy that early in the ball game, and I keep saying that, but it's the way it was. He had 7 points quickly, and now the free throw. Clay Anthony early with 8.
Solid all-around player. Really, I love about him is that he has that multi-talent, that he's so valuable that he can play inside, outside.
So those are your 2 leading scorers early for Wichita State. Smith for Louisville, and Early sits down with a 1-point lead with just over 1 to go in the first half.
Got to be very pleased with their interior defense. To be able to contain and shut down Buchanan and Jang is quite an achievement.
Hancock working against Baker, kicks outside. This is Henderson for 3. And the rebound taken down by Rupe.
See, normally that would be Kevin Ware on the floor right there.
Greg Marshall wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. 46.5 to go in the first half in a 1-point game.
ESPN America's coverage of March Madness is sponsored by DiscoverAmerica.com.
Inbounds pass to Brust across half court. He'll hoist one up. He hit it! Ben Brust for 3! Let's play 5 more minutes in Madison!
ESPN America's coverage of March Madness is sponsored by DiscoverAmerica.com.
Greg Marshall taking a timeout, thinking, well, I don't need to take it to the locker room or I'll use it or lose it. So at 46.5, he calls the timeout. His team up by 1.
Tell you one thing, Early's really done a nice job. He's 9 points. He had 39 in the game this year against Southern Illinois. He's got to get his buddy now, Armstead, to help him out on the perimeter.
Armstead has not scored, and he was the West Regional most outstanding player.
When I was in the locker room with Rick Pitino, that was the name he was talking about. Armstead. And I think maybe he convinced his kids, and they've really done a great job staying in front of him.
And they just double-teamed him down on the baseline. He's got to bring it all the way back on top. There's about a 13-second difference, shot clock and game clock, and the shot clock down to 6. And Jang got a piece of that scoop shot, deflected it down. Louisville will have a chance to lead at halftime if they score.
Jang does a great job not only blocking shots, he alters shots. So valuable. Is the ball screen up on top?
Smith's not on the floor, so it's going to be Siva. Fadeaway 3, rimmed out at the buzzer. He got a good look. For the Shockers of Wichita State, who have shocked a lot of people so far, have a 1-point lead on the number 1 seed as everybody heads to the locker room.
I think Louisville's got to really, in a game plan, attack a little bit more inside, go inside, outside, get Jang Buchanan out. Hey, think about this. They're only 20 minutes away. Who will play Monday?
Of course, won it in '96 at Kentucky. And now here it is. 12th season. Seems impossible. It's been that many years at Louisville. Looking for his 663rd career win, and one that would get him to the championship. And here's what we were talking about. Coaches to reach the Final Four in 4 different decades. We'll see another one coming up. Jim Boeheim in the second game tonight against Michigan. But we've got 20 to go in this one.
Talked about tempo being so important. The Wichita State controlled the tempo of the game, and they did a phenomenal job with that in the first half.
Nice entry pass inside. It's going to be a foul on Jang that will send Carl Hall to the free throw line.
Ball had great inside position, should have scored there. He got the contact and the foul, but that should have been a three-point opportunity. Convert the basket. Look at the great inside position. He seals off Wall. He gets fouled right there. He went up a little bit slow to the rim rather than explode. I don't think he expected Jang to come over as quickly as he did.
Did a good job from the free throw line in the first half, and he's carried that over here in the second half. He's 4 out of 5, and he's only a 67% free throw shooter. So tonight, he's seeing it all right here at the Georgia Dome.
I think Armstead's got to get on the board quickly. Psychologically, they're going to need his scoring.
Second one rimmed out. So Wichita State by 2. Hancock actually starting the second half for the Cardinals.
Well, they want his point production. As you said, Harrell and Hancock getting such a lift off the bench.
Smith. Rebound underneath by Hannon. And finally, it's tipped in underneath by either Jang or Bohannon. And that is Gorgie Jang's first points.
First basket of the game. I think Rick Pitino got into that front court a little bit at halftime.
Now they are going to say it was Bohannon and not Jang. I know they were both there. The official scores changed it, but we've got our 4th tie of the night at 27.
With a little run and jump defense.
There's your guy. You just mentioned it. Finally, Armstead off the schneid with his first field goal.
Well, he's got a strong body, very physical, very aggressive. That should give him a big lift. I think mentally you start to struggle. You go for 6. He's doing a good job, though, trying to defend Siva.
Hancock just leaned into Baker and did draw the foul.
Hancock does a great job of that, drawing contact. I'm going to watch Bohannon on the inside with a little tip. There he is. Yes, it was Bohannon, number 21. Finally gets a deuce. I think Hancock does a great job of drawing contact, using the ball fake and the head fake. For you kids out there, ball fake and head fake.
He did that in the first half and went to the free throw line outside the arc for 3 and hit all 3. This time, his first miss from the stripe.
So many of these close games will come down to the last 4 minutes to that free throw line.
Right now, as a team, Louisville 6 out of 11 from the stripe so far in the ball game. 1-point game.
There's that full court pressure. They're going to try to clear it out. He told me we're going to send one guy away, and if they're going to run and jump at him, we're just going to swing the ball. He told me that before the game. We're going to isolate one dribbler against the pressure. Try to take away the double team.
Here's a pull-up 3 by Baker. Got it.
Wow. That's big. That's big. If he strokes that 3, that's Gonzaga, man. He put 8 points on the board in about 2 minutes to break that game open against the #1 team in America.
Just giving his team its biggest advantage of this half. And that's his 3rd triple for Baker, the freshman out of Scott City, Kansas.
They just keep battling, play with a lot of pride, not one of the real Goliath conferences.
Siva missed the outside jumper, foul on the rebound, and I think it's going to be on Bohannon.
Watch Baker right here. He's got great range. He put 20 pounds on his body, got stronger, only played 17 games, missed a lot with injuries.
He's been big tonight with those 3-pointers.
Nothing like the 3, man. When that falls down, it just gives everybody a lift on your team. You could have Struggle City, and all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam.
They hit 8 threes against Ohio State. And tonight, they've got 4 with Baker having 3 of those.
At 14 against Gonzaga.
Smith's going to pick up the foul, and that's his 3rd, Dick. And here's where Kevin Ware's absence comes into play.
Great point, Brad. And that's exactly what Pitino told me before the game. We cannot afford to have Seaver and Smith get in foul trouble. He's got to make a change. He's got to get him out of the lineup.
And if he's going to, I guess he's got to put Henderson in. I'm not sure. We'll find out here in a second.
He's going to play him with 3?
I guess so. There was the 3rd.
I would attack him. Whoever he guards in that area, I would attack him. Because he has a way of playing real aggressive. It's tough to get yourself not to play aggressive.
3-pointer off the mark. Rebound. Battled and won by Hancock in the outlet to Smith on the run. Nice follow, though, by Harrell. He might have gotten hurt a little bit on that landing.
I tell you, Harrell's giving him a major lift. He is so explosive with his jumping ability, his athleticism. It's that full court pressure.
Dick, I'd wager to say that every plane that you and I have been on this year had a better landing than he just did after hitting that follow. He's wincing in pain out there right now trying to play defense, and with that his guy just blew by him. To Cale Cotton. Don't know if he knew that Harrell was kind of limping around, but he took it to him.
Cotton with that good scoring move. He's a solid defensive player. That's his strength, Cotton. These kids aren't going away, man. Wichita State's going to hang and hang.
Hancock missed a three. And now Armstead on the run ahead to Baker, but a nice job. Let's see the foul him. He did. He stripped the ball, but he also fouled it.
Seaver did a great job coming back because that was an easy layup. Take a look at Harrell.
Here's that follow on that missed shot. Now watch the landing. Oh, that's not good.
Not good at all. Not good at all. He's a tremendous jumper. Signed with Virginia Tech. Was going to play for Seth Greenberg. Greenberg got the Ziggy, and he decided to go elsewhere. You never got the Ziggy. I got the Ziggy.
After tonight, I might just look out.
I got the Ziggy.
You got the Ziggy in Detroit.
It was the best thing that ever happened to you. Me, man.
What was it, 12 games into the season?
12 games.
There you go.
Owner walked in, said, "You fired." I got a phone call. This network said, "Hey, we want to hire you, ESPN." I said, "ESPN sounds like a disease." What is ESPN? Oh, man.
And now you're in 154 countries around the world.
Wow.
And you're diseasing everybody that's listening tonight.
All my people in Italy are listening.
They are.
All my paisans.
Your paisans.
Come sta tu?
So Baker, a 5-point advantage. And Baker a 10-point night, and he's not a 10-point a game scorer, though. He can. Career high 18 earlier this year.
He's got a nice stroke. I think injuries curtailed him. He's going to become a really solid player in the future. Nice touch.
Knocked him down. He's got 11. And look at this, 36-30 Wichita State. The Louisville faithful are trying to come to their feet over there on the other side of the court to try to get their team into it.
They're really right in Smith's face. Remember, he's playing with 3.
Jump stop, goes underneath with the left hand. Would have been a 3-point play attempt, but it came out. But he will go to the free throw line.
He's got so many moves, man. A variety of moves. He's got more moves than Baskin-Robbins has flavors of ice cream. I'm telling you, he's so versatile. But you got to be careful. He leaves his feet. Somebody can step in and get a charge.
Remember, he didn't hit a free throw in the first half in his 4 attempts.
He's 0 for 4 on the line. I don't think we're now. Doesn't have much of a choice. You're down. You got wear out. We got to keep our best on the floor.
So there's the first free throw that drops in 5 attempts for Smith. And sometimes when you get a free look from 15 feet away and you knock them both down, it changes things. But he missed the second one.
About this time of the game against Syracuse in the Big East Championship, they were down like this. Then all of a sudden, boom! And they went on an incredible run and outscored Syracuse 56-29 in the second half.
They might end up needing an explosion like that here tonight. Underneath, Hall. Nice move. And one.
What a terrific post move right there. A great head fake. Could there be a shock in America tonight? Could it be Shock City by the Shockers?
Again, Carl Hall, Cochran, Georgia native. Drop step, up, under, and in, and a chance for one. Move, drew the foul from Stephen Van Treese, and now he's got a chance to cap a 3-point play from the stripe.
Did a great job in that post. Used that up and under move. Drop step. Sealed off the defense really well.
4 out of 6 from the free throw line so far tonight. So let's see if he gets his 3-point play.
You know, you think about some of the teams they beat. They beat a quality Pittsburgh team, Wichita State. Then they beat Gonzaga, who was #1 in the United States. Beat a good LaSalle team as well. I mean, this is really a team that beat Ohio State, the Buckeyes.
Not only does he cap that field goal with the free throw for a 3-point play, but it has now matched the biggest lead of the night for the Shockers, up by 8. Remember, they led in the beginning of the ballgame 8-0. Now here they are with an 8-point cushion with 15.5 to go.
Well, when we were up 8 last time, Louisville came right back and took the lead.
Yeah, they went on a run of their own to take over, and now they're going to use Siva at the free throw line to start to spark something here.
He's a good free throw shooter. He created that opportunity offensively with his driving ability.
Not only and again, they're struggling from the free throw line tonight.
They really are.
They are 50% right now, 7 out of 14 as a team. And again, he's an 86% free throw shooter. It's just uncanny how they're having trouble. And he barely got that one to go.
You got to get a little concerned right now. I mean, you're down 7, you play against a team. 7 becomes big against them because they don't play in a fast-paced game.
Right. And again, they're going to try a little pressure, but of course, Smith's got to watch out. He's playing with 3 fouls.
Great job. Beat the pressure. Take time off the clock. Shorten the game. Take good shots. Shot selection becomes vital. Good ball screen up on top.
Cotton just dribbling some time away. Down to 10 on the shot clock. And that gives it up to Armstead.
One thing Louisville's pressure is not creating the turnover to get a live ball turnover for layups.
And now late on the shot clock, they miss in close, but the rebound and the putback will send early to the foul line.
Early really getting up on the glass. So far in this game now, there's no doubt that Wichita State's front court has outplayed Louisville's front court.
Absolutely. And Black's here with the foul, and that's his 3rd. So Louisville's got some issues having 2 of their starters with 3 fouls each.
See the bottom line, Louisville likes to turn you over, use their unbelievable turnovers for layups. They haven't been able to get any live ball turnovers for layups.
Early hasn't missed at the free throw line, and he's in double figures now with 10.
You Wichita State fans right now, you got to be really excited to think you're up right now at 8 on probably the hottest team in America. I mean, since the Big East Championship, they've been on a roll.
14 straight wins for this Louisville team, and they've been winning in the tournament by an average of 22 a ball game, and they are down more than they've been down all night. A 9-point lead, Wichita State.
Well, Wichita State also beat a hot team. Ohio State was on an incredible run. I believe they had won 11 in a row when they beat them.
Smith for 3. Too strong. Early with a rebound.
Early doing a fantastic job on both sides.
Early with a heat check. Missed the 3, and Hancock hits the deck as he got the pass away. Didn't travel, and he's a little slow getting up.
I thought he shot the ball a little bit too soon right there. There's Smith trying to take it to the goal. Oh,
they throw it away.
They got
on the break. Cotton up and in.
They got a layup.
Rick Pitino's got to stop this thing.
He's got to call a timeout. They're jumping with joy. The Shocker fans are saying, get ready for Shock City, USA.
On a 16-5 run, and we mean run. Wichita State. And you talk about low seeds in the past. The most recent, Virginia Commonwealth, coming in, and they lost in the semis. But can a 9-seed Wichita State pull the upset over Louisville? We're about to find out. Now, against Duke, in the last 15.5 minutes, Louisville shot 68%. They better start shooting something in that area right now, Dick.
They're going to make some shots. They're really not executing. They're going to get some touches inside. I think they're shooting too many threes. They're right now 4 for 17 shooting threes. And you look at Behannon and Jang haven't taken hardly any shots. I mean, you look at Behannon's taken 2 shots. Jang's taken 1. Take a look at that. Those numbers, those are their 2 big inside players. They're jump shooting too much.
That foul is on Armstead. On Smith. Smith got free of Armstead and knocked down a 3.
He's so explosive, so explosive. A Rick Pitino team will never back down. They'll reflect their coach's personality, and they will scrap, and they will fight, and they will claw.
Smith's 4th 3 of the night. Now, early on the other end is fouled by Hancock. Hancock at least prevented an easy one, though.
They really did a great job, Brad, attacking the pressure right there. They went right at the press and had numbers to get a layup.
And this guy's been perfect from the free throw line tonight. 79% on the year for Clay Anthony Early, and tonight 4 for 4 involved in his 11-point evening so far. 5 from the line for him.
You just look at body language. I don't care what sport it is, whether it be baseball, basketball. You can look at the body language, you can tell when teams are playing well. And you can see that right now in the body language of the kids at Wichita State.
A huge offensive rebound, and then Early, who missed the free throw, gets the 3 from the outside, and it's a 12-point lead.
So why get 1 when I can get 3?
He actually got 4 on that possession.
Yeah.
And the ball tipped away and out of bounds off of Cotton.
You look at the body language right now of Louisville. There's a little bit of a scare and a little fight. And you look at these guys, they are loose and they are playing with confidence.
Hannon comes in and Harrell goes out for Louisville.
I can't believe how Hannon and also Jang have not been involved more offensively in their sets.
Smith goes up for another triple. This one's a little too strong, and in the battle for the rebound, Jang's going to pick up the foul, I think, over the back.
Is that 3 on him?
It is.
I'll tell you one thing. You don't want to panic at this time of the game. You got 13 minutes on the clock. You can't come down and exclusively shoot threes.
3 starters for Louisville with 3 fouls now in Smith, Jang, and Blackshear.
He's taking Smith out for a moment or two, talking to him on the sideline. I think he's upset the fact that he's shooting too many threes. I really do.
He's explaining that in detail to Russ Smith. Meanwhile, at the other end,
they're in a bonus right now already.
Arupe airmails one. Well, he's not a good free throw shooter. He came in 17 of 42 on the year. That's
not good.
That's not good. That's 41%. You used to be a math teacher. You probably knew that at the time.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Right now, Louisville better get a little bit inside action. Their defense is not creating offense by forcing turnovers and getting layups. They got a challenge on their hands.
Here's Henderson for 3. There's a big shot from off the bench for Tim Henderson.
A big 3. That kid hasn't scored many points this year. Hasn't played a whole lot.
He's averaging 0.6 points per game. He's got 3 right now. And that was a big, big 3. Louisville would love to go on a little mini spurt here before the next TV timeout. So anything to cut the gap. They'd like to get it back to single digits at least. Well, they have it in single digits now, but it's the first time it's been that way for a while. Baker's going to try to change that. Nope. Goes back inside, and that's a foul on Jang, and that's 4.
He doesn't really look into the flow of the game like I've seen him throughout the tournament. You know, coming into this game, he's 24 for 28 shooting the basketball. 24 for 28.
Foul trouble will bring the big guy out of the middle of Louisville, and they'll have to bring in Van Treese to take his spot, but going back to the free throw line are the Shockers. As I mentioned, 41% on the season from the free throw line, and the last one wasn't close. This one closer, but in and out.
Close doesn't count, man. Except with horseshoes.
Henderson tried the same spot.
Wow, what a lift. You talk about a new star in the city of Louisville.
The guy that's playing because Kevin Ware can't has just hit 2 gigantic triples.
2 monster threes to give him a little lift. Give him some momentum.
Gonna have to hurry.
Call a timeout.
They did. Worried about a 10-second call, and Greg Marshall takes a timeout.
Tell you one thing, what a lift by Henderson. Are you kidding me? He's upset with the clock. He thought he had the violation. He's only made 4 all year.
Right. So now we're set to go from basically right in front of us. Armstead will inbound.
They're turning up the press a little bit more right now, too. That's what happens when you get a little momentum your way. You get a little more bounce in your step.
And going to be a foul on Henderson, trying to stay with Van Fleet.
Goes to the line, going to shoot a 1-1.
I'm going to take you back again and look at the shot clock problem. Ball had not been inbound yet, and it started, and now it's moving already, and nobody's touched it. So there's about 5 or 6 seconds that they had to restructure there. Good job by the officials to get it straight. 11:45 remaining. Which
reason they're leading is the fact that the front court of Louisville has been totally taken out of the game, getting nothing scoring-wise on the interior. Those factors have been big. That free throw line now becomes a must when you look right here at Wichita State.
And they're the double bonus too. So Van Fleet buries the first one. That's his first point of the night. The freshman out of Rockford, Illinois. Came in averaging a little over 4 points a game.
Shoots 72% on it. The reason why they're not turning the ball over, they're using a lot of ball handlers. Different people. They have a lot of versatility in handling the basketball.
No problem for the freshman. Knocks down both free throws. And it goes back to 8.
I can throw in a fourth factor why they're leading. Tempo. Really have controlled the tempo in his game thus far.
Hancock inside.
He's giving him a big lift off the bench.
That's his 9th point.
He and Harrell have been big. See, look at the versatility against that pressure. A number of guys are handling that basketball.
This time it'll be Baker to get it up there before he hands it off. Again, Henderson has trouble with the speed of Van Fleet. And push in the lane.
It's going to come down to the free throw line, man. If they convert their free throws, they're going to be tough to beat the rest of this way. Because they're going to go to the line quite a bit now. They're in a bonus early.
So 2 coming up for Van Fleet again, who knocked down the last 2 just moments ago. Not so good there. That's what Louisville's going to need, is Wichita State to give them a little help from the free throw line, as Dick said, in not making them in Louisville's case.
Tell you one thing, that would drive the coach to lose his hair, man. I can tell you that. You got to make those free throws. They keep looking at the clock. Greg Marshall, you always take a peek up there, watching that thing run a little bit.
Obviously, you had bad free throw shooting teams if it makes you lose your hair. Smith on the drive on the baseline, tried to go with a reverse layup, was looking to draw a foul and didn't get a whistle.
Rick Pitino told me so many times, he said, I love Russell, but Russell can drive you nuts and can also give you so many thrills.
Rick Pitino said he told his son Richard when the brackets came out, Richard said, who do you think could give some people some trouble in the NCAA tournament? He said VCU and Wichita State. Boy, he didn't expect this much trouble. I don't think. Another block shot by Early, but Louisville gets it back.
Terrific shot block by Early, because he really exploded to the basket in that possession to Hancock. Tino coaching like crazy on that sideline, trying to get him a good shot.
Hancock by everybody with a left hand. Nice move.
I'm telling you, where would they be without Hancock? He's a transfer, a Marco Polo guy. Came the way of George Mason. Used the left hand on that layup.
Midway point, second half, first semifinal of the night, and Louisville's cut Wichita State's 12-point lead to 5.
Here come the Cardinals. Look at that pressure. Oh, they thought he double dribbled. You don't want to pick up your dribble against that trap.
Armstead the crossover, the kick out. Here's Early on the baseline. Rebound Henderson. So he's got a rebound and 2 big threes, and here come the Cardinals.
I don't know about you, Brad, but I sense a little momentum swinging a little bit the way of the Cardinals.
I agree, partner. Louisville on a 10-3 push here. Hancock almost got away a 3.
Give the ball inside. Mahanis for the post. Touches.
And he gets a spin up and in. He'll go to the free throw line.
About time they threw the ball in the box. Throw the ball in the post. Get the big guys involved. They want to touch the ball a little bit.
That's the 3rd foul on Early. Again, look at this move by Hancock. Up and under with the left hand off the window.
Great play. Hey, I'll tell you how important has been the bench and the depth of Louisville. You look at Harrell, look at Henderson and Hancock. They've accounted for 25 of their points.
Blackshear checks back in. Early's going to get a breather. He hasn't had many. It's down to 4. And this guy will try to make it 1. A sophomore out of Cincinnati. Put together like a tight end. 6'6", 250-pounder.
And he's got some great moves down to the post once he gets the ball. Unfortunately, has not touched the ball.
Got both free throws.
Wichita led by 12, 47-35.
Now they cut it to 3. Long ball, going to be hard to catch. Just barely able to track it down in the corner was Takeo Cotton.
Ohio State made a big run at them after they had a lead. And Cotton came up with a big-time 3. Can somebody step up for Wichita State? They're a little struggle right now. It's like a team with a fighter with that lead and you're a little bit on the ropes.
They'll try three and got it.
There it is.
Cotton candy from the outside.
Hey, ask Dan Martin at Ohio State. Exact same scenario. Came back, got it to three, and Mr. Cotton delivered it. I like that cotton candy. I don't need too much sugar.
Got a whistle and a foul.
How sweet was this by Mr. Cotton? How sweet. He said, get me the rock, baby. Get me the rock.
That'll melt in your mouth.
Nothing but nylon. NBN. Nothing but nylon.
Armstead picks up his third foul on the other end.
That's a big lift to achieve. When you're on the ropes, it's like a fighter. You're winning all the way, and all of a sudden you're on the ropes, and you're hoping that 15th round would come, and the baby's over.
When you stay undefeated, kind of like Floyd Mayweather, who just walked behind us 2 timeouts ago.
Hey, where did you get those tickets? He had an entourage about 15 with him.
He's got enough cash. Bohannon going to go straight up, off the mark.
He got fouled. Starting to get him a little bit involved now offensively.
Jake White got him on the arm. White, sophomore at Chaska, Minnesota, his first appearance really on the floor, and picks up the foul and sends this guy back to the free throw line where he hit his last 2.
Just feel a little bit of a rest for early right now. Want White to give him a couple of quality minutes.
Guy who didn't score in the first half now has 5. Shane Bohannon.
Didn't get any touches at all. Hancock's been a difference maker offensively with his productivity for Louisville.
Big free throws. And it gets it back to a 4-point game. Full court pressure again. Baker got it in, tried in the corner, but got it back to Baker. Those two will try to bring it up together. Oh, they're trapping all over the place now.
Wow.
And the pass underneath to White, who just had a foul and now drew a foul on the other end.
Got to make him shoot free throws. Remember this. He's like a hitter on a bench. Look at his little dribbling act right here. Wow, little spin, little whirl. Oh, little ball handling wizardry. Now White's got to make free throws. And remember this, he's been sitting on that sideline, so he's not really into the flow shooting.
On the season, 71%.
Good there.
Yep. That's Jake's first points.
No secret whatsoever. The formula for success now for Wichita State to get in the locker room and a chance to play Monday night for the national title is going to be the free throw line. They have to convert.
Over a 70% team coming in. White off the bench, knocks down 2 there. And now Greg Marshall doing a lot of shuffling in the lineup, giving Baker a breather, brought him out.
Put a little pressure on himself right here.
Remember, they're doing this without Clay Anthony early on the floor.
Yep.
6-point lead, 8 to play.
Going a little zone here. Little zone. Look at this here, changing their defense.
Siva thought about a 3. And now he weaves his way inside for a 2.
He really can attack. He can attack the rim. He and Smith, they are constant. You can't relax one moment. You got to stay in front of them.
Tell you what, if Louisville gets either a steal or a stop and scores, and they almost got the steal right there, this place would explode. A packed Georgia Dome, and all the folks in red are waiting and waiting and waiting. But right now, you got Curly Neal out there acting like Malcolm Armstead, weaving through traffic. Shockers still in front with 7:37 to go. Here's the full court pressure again. And the inbounds from Demetric Williams, who hasn't been out there much. But he's got a nice inbounds pass to Early, who's back in the Shocker lineup. 25 minutes without a turnover.
Oh, almost picked that one off.
Siva played for the steal and didn't get it. I don't know that anybody's played Louisville and gone 25 minutes without a turnover.
That's amazing. Especially the way they've turned it up defensively. Good spacing right here. Good ball movement.
And again, letting that clock run down. 6 to shoot.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Van Fleet, that was way short. And the rebound off to Van Treese.
Not the shot you wanted, really.
They pack it inside of Bohannon now.
Starting to go inside a little bit more to the big guy.
He takes a shot, overhaul, and got it.
Should have been doing that in the first half. Should have been doing that early in the game. I don't think they can match up on the inside with Louisville.
This is as close as it's been since halftime. And Louisville got the steal.
There it is. Here come the Cardinals. Here come the Cardinals. Poise. Pressure defense. Coaching, my friends. Coaching.
Everybody in red standing up on the far side of the court. Hancock for the lead. Got it.
There it is. There it is. What a big-time performance by Hancock. He's the reason they're leading.
Now you can hear the Louisville folks. They've got their first lead of the second half.
And here comes the pressure, turning it up even more. Let's see how Wichita State handles this.
And they turn it over again.
Turn it over again. Great hustle right there by Wichita State.
And early through traffic. Ball goes in, and that's good.
They're going to count it. They're going to count it. Talking about drama. Talking about unbelievable. You can't draw that up. Look at Rick Pitino. He is furious.
Went through a standing double team and just threw up a prayer, and the prayer was answered. And then Les Jones said, and one.
Rick Pitino has a legitimate argument right there. I thought the foul was prior to him releasing the ball.
Here's another look.
Take a look. What do you think, partner? Take a look right here. There's the foul. The foul happened way out there. The continuation doesn't exist in college basketball.
NBA maybe.
Yeah, NBA. You got a regular one right there.
Three-point play early.
And that's
circle that one right there, folks, with 6:06 to go.
Oh, you're down. Here it is up there. Up now.
6 minutes to play. Wichita State by 2.
That's it. Well, you got to commend the kids of Wichita State for battling this. They were really in trouble right there.
Hancock had to give it up. Smith for 3 in the lead again. Too strong. And a steal on the backside by Mahanik. And tipped twice. Pinned against the backboard and coming out of the pile. We have a pile up and we got a
injured player.
It's early, isn't it? He's all right, apparently. Okay. Or not. And a jump ball in the possession arrow will keep it in Louisville's half of the court. And Cleanthony Early still in a crouch.
See, Louisville's become a different team now because they're getting the ball inside. Now they got a little more balance to their offensive system. They got inside and outside play. First half was all exclusive on the perimeter.
They came in, Dick, in all 4 tourney games, and they had 40 points or more in the paint in every one. And like you said, they had a Zippo at halftime, basically. But now they've cut it down to 2 with 5:40 left. And they'll have the inbounds play.
And they got momentum big time on their side.
Early's going out. He's still limping out. And
that's a big loss. That's a big loss. They got to get it back on the floor.
This may be a quick rest before the next time out. In the meantime, the Cardinals down 2. Seba has a look up at the clock. 20 on the shot clock. He's going to drive inside and kick out, but he's fouled en route.
He's always in that attack mode. He and Smith, man, they don't let you rest one moment.
Armstead with the foul, and that is 4 on Armstead. And that's not good news for Wichita State, especially should this thing go an extra session.
Clay's done a great job really containing the penetration of Siva. Armstead hasn't scored. Here comes Early back in the game. One of the great advantages Louisville has, their guards are very good free throw shooters late in the game. Siva and Smith, I know Smith's struggling today, but both of them are 80% plus shooters on the free throw line.
Only 12 of 19 as a team tonight. Siva's 1 out of 2, now 2 out of 3.
Said it, this game will come down to the free throw line. I think the key has been Behan and getting a little bit involved offensively and the play of Hancock.
Hancock's done a nice job with 14 points off the bench, and Siva has just given us our 5th tie of the ball game. 58 up, 5:20 to go.
Wichita State was up 12. Louisville has that kind of club where they can quickly go on a spurt.
Hancock hounding Cotton on the dribble, and now Baker will take over the handle.
They take such pride in staying in front of you, not letting you make that turn.
Van Fleet thought about trying to get the pass into Cotton, thought better of it. 10 on the shot clock, under 5 to play in the game. Van Fleet in traffic. Not a wise choice on the shot, I don't think. Had it knocked out of bounds. It didn't get to the rim. So there's 5 seconds on the shot clock as they'll inbound on the baseline.
See, I think the wrong people are shooting the ball now for Wichita State. They're really looking a little scared. They got to get the ball in the hands of their guys that can score. They got to get it to people that really can score, like early.
Or even Baker if it's an outside jumper. Now they're going to have to hustle on a shot here. We're aware of that. Are they aware of that? Well, they're going to turn it over anyway. Here comes Smith in transition. Baker tried for the block and couldn't get it. And Louisville's in front.
Louisville gets the turnover, gets the layup. They're up in front, and they got Uncle Mo on their side. Momentum is definitely the way of the #1 seed.
First time they've led by 2 in this half. 4:30 to play.
Playing a little bit scared right now. Not playing like they did earlier. With that ball movement and confidence.
Early a line drive 3 that misses. Battle for the rebound won by Louisville. And Smith comes out of the pile, drops it off to Siva. And as we approach 4 minutes, the #1 seed's got a 2-point lead.
14-game winning streak as well.
Oh, a nice cut to the basket by Siva, but Hancock couldn't find it. This time he'll drive with the left hand. The follow, the kick out. Nice pass.
Great play.
The 3 won't go though, but what a heck of a play by Van Treese to keep that ball not only alive, but into a shooter's hand.
They got a foul on Baker. A foul on Van Treese, I think, against Baker.
I think you're right. Rick Pitino, the soon-to-be Hall of Famer, emotionally into it.
They double foul.
Here's what it was. It was a tangle-up between Baker and Van Treese.
Right.
And both, it looked like Baker was trying to bring Van Treese down. Van Treese was trying to swing an arm to get away from him. So a double foul and no call. And a turnover, and Siva missed him close. And now it's Wichita State out of bounds.
Now that pressure's really getting them. They went to the monitor to see if there was any flagrant foul, but there was no need to call a flagrant there. So they called the double foul. Really struggling against the pressure right now.
You know, they went 25 minutes without a turnover, and you just can't keep it up forever against this Louisville defense.
Well, they turned it up. Louisville's playing at a different pace now because I think it swings from their offense. You build off that offense.
Van Fleet, and now Smith can play a little more defense. We are down to 3.5 minutes. He's been playing in foul trouble.
He's tough to get by. He is tough to get by. Look at that foot movement.
Giving Van Fleet some issues, though, but Van Fleet got it to Hall in close.
Nice pass to get it to the right shooter. They're going to get Hall early, and even Armstead, even though he's struggling, to put some points on the board.
Another tie at 60. Siva had an open shot, didn't take it.
He wants to drive.
Rick Pitino wants a timeout.
3:08 on the clock. Who will be playing Monday night? Will it be the #1 seed team, or will it be the Shockers?
7th tie of the ball game. Smith in close. The Hannon with a follow.
Can't be Hannon with a big second half. Don't forget those 2 threes by Henderson.
Right.
They were monsters.
And again, full court heat. Van Fleet looking for a traveling violation. Or Bohannon was, rather. And again, using clock, the Shockers. Trying to look and get a good shot. And they've been hard to come by in the last few minutes. Ten on the shot clock.
Got to try to get early the ball. Good things usually happen when he has it.
Van Fleet penetrates, gets tied up in the paint, got it swatted out of there by Jang. Did he get the 3 away? Didn't matter. Shot clock violation, so another turnover. That's 6 this half, 10 for the game. That's a big one.
He's going with Van Fleet over Armstead. Armstead hasn't been on the floor lately.
Well, he had foul trouble, but still, sometimes got to put him back out there.
He's 1 for 8.
Approaching 2 minutes. Hancock, who's had a big night, 14 so far, and another 3.
I'll tell you, what a big performance off the bench by Luke Hancock. Not many spoke about him today or the name Henderson, but the H&H guys have really been a big reason why Louisville is up 5 and smelling a chance to play for a national title.
Luke Hancock Jr. on a Roanoke, Virginia. 3 triples on the night. 7.
He has offensive ability, even though he struggled today. Armstead brings that experience. 4 fouls. Got to get him on the floor.
Again, he was the MVP of the West Regional. Here he is to bring it up with a minute 52 to play.
Hancock doing a good job defensively on Baker, too. Not letting him get any open looks for the 3.
Armstead will try one. Little bit short, tipped in by Early.
Great job on the offensive glass. Got to come up with a stop, though. See, the one great asset they have, those guys on the perimeter can make free throws. So if you go after and foul guys like Siva and Smith, even though Smith has struggled, he's an 80% free throw shooter.
Oh, they left Siva open again, and he had a thought and then decided, you know what? Clock's more important maybe right now. Leading by 3. Hancock trying to get Baker in the air. Now he drives with a finger roll, and it goes in.
I'll tell you, he's the PTP tonight. He is the prime-time performer. Luke Hancock, playing like the star of stars. He's got 19 points, Brad.
Unlikely heroes in NCAA tournament finals over the 75 years, and he'd be the one for Louisville if they win this game.
So tough to score for Wichita State.
Armstead, Jang on him. Mismatch on the outside. He's got to give it up. Got it inside and score it inside. It's Early. What a game for Cleanthony Early, the guy that we highlighted about 2 hours ago in our pregame, and he's come through, but they're still down 3. 1 possession game and about an 11.
12. Wichita State was playing so well.
And now they foul Smith as soon as he gets his hands on it.
They're going to go with the gamble on Smith because he has struggled today on the free throw line.
That's not a bad move. He's only 1 out of 6 from the stripe.
That's so unusual when you look at his numbers. You mentioned he's made over 200 free throws this year.
Last time somebody made even close to that many was Wes Unseld back in the late 60s.
I mean, you look at the numbers, what he has shot all season long. I mean, he's 215 for 261. That comes to the tune of 82.4%.
Not tonight, though. With the pressure on, though, as you said earlier, he's a guy that can knock him down and put all of that in the past.
Yeah, those guys, Siva and Smith, I guarantee if you chart them late in the game and you look at their statistics, they're way better than earlier in the game. Oh,
well, again, short on the second one. So that leaves the door open. It's a 2-possession game still.
Got to go for the quick score right away.
Armstead will try it. Off the window, too strong. Early again tips it in. 24 for Early.
He's doing everything. But take a lot of time off that clock before you put him on the free throw line. I run anyway.
And they foul Smith. Baker does immediately. Again, Smith in this half, 2 of 4. In the first half, 0 for 4. And right now, Jang and his teammates and his buddies are saying, just go up there and knock them down. You're our player of the year. You score 19 a game. You hit 82% in the regular season. Forget about the Georgia Dome. You're 15 feet away. Right. Knock them home.
Tell you one thing. How big is it? If he makes 2, you got a 2-possession game. If they get 1 out of 2 out of them, you got yourself a chance with a 3.
So we're about to find out. Smith had to talk that one in.
He dropped it in. He'll take it, too. He'll take it. This is the big one right here. This is a big one right here. To make it a 2-possession game with 29.9 on the clock.
This is the biggest 15-foot shot this young man has taken this year. And he talked 2 of them in. Kevin Ware is going, whew. 2-possession game. Here we go. Final 30.
Can't play with the ball. Got to get it up the court. Got to get up the court.
Armstead, Hancock all over him.
He's had a tough
Time is wasting here. Baker's going to take a long 3. Air-mailed it, but it almost looked like a pass from Derek Whittenberg to Lorenzo Charles. So
scored a basket. It's interference.
Going to be good for Hall.
12 ticks on the clock. Try to steal. Foul immediately once the ball's on the floor.
12 seconds remaining with a timeout.
Wichita State battling and battling right to the last position. Played well into that one spurt when Louisville got back on those 3s.
They got it into Jang, and he immediately and wisely got it back to Hancock, because you don't want to put Gorgui at the free throw line if you can help it.
Should have fouled him right away, but he got rid of the ball.
Yeah,
quickly.
he did.
Yep.
So now, one of the heroes of the night for Louisville. He'll be a household name tomorrow morning if they win this game. Goes back to the free throw line.
He's the guy, if you're Rick Pitino now, you want him on the line. He has really felt it. You can see him playing with that swag, that confidence. Hancock, what a day. 7 points a game. He's had a big game.
5 of 6 from the free throw line now. 20 points for the junior.
This is so big right now, this free throw.
Already 3-point lead, but this would make it a 2-possession game with not a lot of time left. 8.8.
Yeah, Hancock.
Kevin Ware can't stand to look. He didn't want to look down at his leg last week. He doesn't want to look at the free throw now.
Tell you one thing, Hancock was telling everybody, don't foul, guys, don't foul. And he's thinking about the next possession already.
And he missed it, though. A chance for Wichita State. And a tie-up, and it's Louisville's ball.
Terry Weimer with alternate possession. Get rid of that rule.
We told you that possession arrow during our last time out. I didn't know it would become that big.
Get rid of that rule. They should toe the ball up. I know we hear about referees. Come on, man. There's
the missed free throw. Baker and Hancock, who missed the free throw, ties him up.
You hate to see games come down to alternate possessions.
So Louisville, with a 3-point lead, just has to burn 6 seconds. But of course, Wichita State's got to foul immediately on whoever touches the ball. They can't worry about who it is. It'll be Smith that's fouled.
Foul immediately. Put him on the line. He makes 1 out of 2 here. It's lights out.
Yep.
Rick Pitino's kids, I'll tell you, he wouldn't let them quit. They were down 12 and they were in trouble. Big time trouble. They kept scrapping and clawing. And you better salute, if you're a Louisville fan, the kid Henderson. Those 2 threes changed the complexion of this game.
Absolutely. Russ Smith can possibly ice it. There goes. That's the one they needed.
Louisville being that national championship game.
Kevin Ware, now he can look. They're going to hand him the crutches because I think he's going to go to the locker room happy.
He's going to be in there meeting his teammates.
And again, all the players for Louisville saying don't foul. 5 seconds is not enough time, even though they missed the second one. It's not going to matter.
Don't want to foul him.
Baker, a runner. Louisville has come back from near death, down 12, to advance to the championship Monday night.
As Jimmy V said, survive and advance.
And boy, they had to survive, didn't they?
They survive and advance, my friends. And Kevin Ware getting a big hug. And for the buddy Hanning came up big in the second half. But I can't emphasize enough, you talk unsung here.